You know, we often overlook the potential danger and risk at intersections. Yet, due to the number and speed of vehicles crossing paths from different directions, intersections are among the most dangerous places on the road. As a matter of fact, the very concept of multiple vehicles proceeding in different directions but converging at a single point is precisely what you would arrange if you were hoping to cause an accident. Hi, my name is Pat Landreth, and for the next few minutes I'm going to be your host as we look at ways to safely approach and negotiate intersections. The approach. First, be aware that you will always need to adjust your speed when approaching an intersection based upon one or more of the following: traffic conditions, road conditions, weather, posted speed limits. Scan for other traffic before arriving. Be alert to brake lights, turn signals beyond the vehicle ahead of you. If vehicles are stopped at an intersection with no signs, use extra caution when approaching those. They are usually stopped for a good reason. Don't tailgate. Be sure to maintain a safe distance between your vehicle and those in front of you, as rear-end crashes are very common at intersections. You never know when the person ahead may turn or stop when approaching an intersection. Again, you can anticipate when others will slow down by scanning beyond the vehicle directly in front of you. Also, look for caution signs warning you of special circumstances at the intersection. Turn restrictions, pedestrian crossings, or construction. Signs can get knocked down, so mind your surroundings. You have to see it to follow it or avoid it. Being focused and not distracted is critical as you approach the intersection. Driving safely and defensively requires 100% of your attention. There is no time for distractions such as talking on a cell phone, texting, shaving, eating, putting on makeup, checking your GPS, playing with the stereo, or any of the many other activities drivers often try to undertake while behind the wheel. Look for skid marks as you approach the intersection, which suggest other vehicles are having problems at that location. Consider the type of freight being hauled and how it has been secured to influence the degree of caution when approaching intersections. Hard to secure freight requires more caution, as does top-heavy freight. Remove your foot from the accelerator and cover the brake, even when the light is green, in case someone makes a mistake. Don't expect others to obey traffic laws, so drive defensively. You can't control how everyone else is driving, but you can allow for mistakes of others and be prepared to compensate if someone stops suddenly or an oncoming vehicle runs a red light. Traffic lights. The fully controlled traffic light has a red, yellow, and green light in each direction, which controls the flow of traffic. A green light means proceed with responsible caution. Yellow signals to prepare for a change at the intersection, most often followed by a red light, and a red light means stop. Contrary to popular opinion and the way that most motorists drive, yellow lights do not mean go faster through the intersection. Good judgment must be used to avoid violating the subsequent red light while at the same time preventing your vehicle from stopping in the middle of the intersection. Other traffic lights are usually blinking lights. Blinking amber lights alert the driver to be cautious in approaching and proceeding through an intersection. Blinking red lights require that motorists stop at the intersection before proceeding through. When you approach a controlled intersection with traffic signals, you have to be ready to stop, especially if you don't know how long the light has been green. Many signals are traffic sensitive, meaning that they sense when most traffic has gone by. This is particularly true in left turn lanes. You may come upon a light that just turned red, and 10 seconds later, you have a green light. Let's talk for just a moment about what's meant by stale and fresh traffic lights and how both of them should be treated. Fresh lights are the traffic signals we see change within our view. The significance of a fresh light is that we gain some perspective of when and how long it will be that color before it changes colors again. Stale lights, of course, are those we never saw change color. Thus, we have no idea how soon it may be before it changes to a different color. During heavy traffic periods, traffic signals seem to take forever to change. The point is, you can't simply assume that a traffic signal is going to stay red or green for any given time. Just be ready to stop. Treat all non-functional traffic signals as an always stop. When you get to your destination, be a good Samaritan and call the local officials about the disabled signal. Watch for cross traffic. Running a red light intentionally or not is a leading cause of intersection crashes. Be alert to traffic from the opposite direction turning across your lane in an intersection. Even though you may have the right-of-way, some intersections allow left turns without a green arrow. Never race a yellow light, and never assume you are safe crossing on a yellow light. Right-of-way. Emergency vehicles, of course, always have the first right-of-way. Remain stopped and still until the emergency vehicle has completely cleared the area of the intersection. This idea about emergency vehicles, of course, is part of the Move Over law that's a fairly uniform law in every state. And that part of that law says that we do not enter intersections and we remain stopped until all emergency vehicles have cleared the intersection. So, before you move, check to be sure other emergency vehicles are not following the first one. Pedestrians always have the right-of-way. Even if a pedestrian is crossing illegally, jaywalking, nonetheless, you must always yield the right-of-way. The unregulated flow of traffic always has the right-of-way. At an intersection regulated only by a stop sign at one of the cross streets, the unregulated flow of traffic has the right-of-way. Even if you are in the unregulated flow of traffic, be prepared to stop. Wait for crosswalks to clear completely before proceeding through the intersection. Check in all directions before making a turn at an intersection. Also, keep an eye out for cyclists going straight through the intersection, either on your right or on the sidewalk. Always stop behind the marked stop line or crosswalk. Keep your wheels straight and your foot on the brake while you wait.